What a beautiful day to be with you again today on the Refresh Podcast. My name is Toby, and we are really excited to be with you guys again today. We hope that you enjoyed our very last episode where we talked about whether marrying firstborn or lastborn, whichever is important. And we came to a conclusion that it's not necessarily important to get married to a firstborn or the lastborn. We discussed that whichever person you marry, the openness and the willingness to adapt to that relationship is what matters most to God and to even you as an individual. So today we're welcoming you again to this very special episode. Before we continue, I want to introduce my co-hosts. We have a guest today in the house, but before I introduce him, let's introduce ourselves. It's a very fine man, like you can see, but just chill. Me not chill first. Don't worry, we'll come in. So, my guys, just introduce ourselves and then we just go straight into the program.
Hello, viewers. I am Opeyemi Olugbemi. Thanks for sticking with us.
Yeah.
And as you all know, my name remains Leke. Thanks for having you around this time
The
around.
big lick. All right. So, now to our host, our guest. You see, we're calling you host. It means that there's something very special about you. But chill first. So, he's our guest, our very special guest. He's my very dear friend. And we brought him on this show today because of the peculiarity of what we're talking about today. Damilare is his name, Mr. Damilare Makinde. He recently got married, guys. And since he got married, he has been getting fresher. I need to do something about my singlehood. I need to get married very soon. Okay. So Damilare is so many things in one. Let me just mention a few of the things that Damilare does, and then I'll give him the opportunity to introduce himself by himself. But then before that, Damilare is a fashion designer par excellence.
Wow.
He's also into real estate.
Yeah.
I recently discovered that Damilare also sells cars. He's an auto dealer. Hey, God, dude. I'm telling you, Onoko Waja. And he's a presenter on Scripting. So, Mr. Damilare, you're very, very welcome to the Refresh Podcast.
Thank you so much.
And please, let's give you the opportunity to just introduce yourself because I know we may have not said some things that you would want to cover. So please introduce yourself to us and to our viewers.
Okay, I am Makinde Damilare. So I am into fashion designing, like you said. I sew clothes, all sort of clothes, corporate, native, everything. You know, so I MC occasions.
Wow.
I'm a presenter, like you said, on Scripting TV, and I'm into automobile. Also, we are into real estate. You know, yeah.
Just
bringing
you're
it
just
up.
He's a rich man. But sorry to the single Pringles. Mr. Damilare is married. So sorry, he has said bye-bye to the market of looking for wife.
She's just
Nice
bagging the
bye-bye.
money from every corner.
Tell them
It's
again.
off the market.
Bye-bye.
I'm ringless, so you can
Show
come
it
for
to
me.
them.
All right, so on today's episode of the Refresh Podcast, we will be discussing responsibility sharing in marriages. And that is why he's here. I mean, who else can talk to you if not a married man? Who else? We
know nothing about
know nothing. We are knowledgeless about this matter. So we have to bring a young married man here to speak with us and to teach us how these things should be done. Recently, I came across a married man, guys, and the best thing he does in his home is that he just gives money to his wife. He does nothing. He does nothing in the home other than just cross his leg and put it on the stool and just watch TV, they bring food, they pack the plates, even when his wife is heavily pregnant.
He's sitting on a gunpowder.
He's sitting on a gunpowder.
I'm telling you.
And it's so sad because this man is a Christian.
Wow.
So that is why this conversation is very important. So, Mr. Damilare, please tell us, as per introduction, how do you do it in your home? How do you do it in your home? For how long have you been married, by the way?
Oh my God. I think that is a very important question to ask because people must know before they start throwing a lot of things like, this guy now, I know this guy now. So I'm clocking 6 months.
Wow.
That's amazing. That's good.
It's plenty. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So how in the last 6 months, how have you been doing it in your home?
Oh wow. You know, there's this saying that the way relationship works is very much different from how marriage works. And I was thinking, at first I was thinking, when we got married, like there will be a new face of me. Like maybe the way I talk will change, the way I sleep. Even though it's not yeah, it is still the same way I sleep. It is still the same way I sleep, but I gradually the thing started occurring. This is where I used to put my thing. This is where this lady put this thing. Is this lady? You know why? Are you whining me?
They don't cross boundaries.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is not how this thing usually
press
be.
my toothpaste.
Oh God, that toothpaste. Are you living with us? I had to tell her, see, babe, we discussed it before we got married, actually. But then, she has been used to it over time. So just coming home, our first morning together at home, she just entered the bedroom and just press this thing in the middle. No, it doesn't work that. I told you. Because when I wanted to use it, I wanted to shout like, but we discussed this thing now. Well, I just had to say, babe, you've done this thing again. She was like, oh, maybe sorry, I'm used to it. I will adjust. And we moved on from there because I know as it is strange to me. Yeah. It is strange to her as well. Okay. So balancing, we're back to our conversation. Shared responsibility is very important in marriage. Very, very important because before you get to know it, you will overwork one partner. And when you overwork the partner, the person will be really overwhelmed. And after that, nagging will set in. And when nagging sets in, my brother and sister, it takes grace of God and wisdom of God to balance stuff. So shared responsibility is very, very important. It is called teamwork.
Yeah.
It is called teamwork because marriage is a workplace. Let me put it that way, that you pay yourself. No one is paying you salary. You will be the one to pay yourself. You will be the one to assess yourself. You will be the one to, we always call marriage institution, but it is even a workplace. You have to be organized. You have to be this, you have to be that. Everything that is applicable in workspace is applicable in marriage. Everything that is applicable in any institution also is applicable in marriage because what you are inside will determine how you will demonstrate activities or you will do activities outside.
Right. Marriage is a partnership.
It's a partnership, exactly. It's a partnership. You have to be together. You have to do things together, reason together.
Let me go to Lekki.
Okay.
Lekki, growing up, I'm very sure that as an African man, you must have seen some things in your home while you were growing up and all. Can you just briefly share with us what's your perspective to sharing responsibilities in relationship actually refers to?
All right. I think my own point of view about sharing responsibilities is knowing each other's strengths and weaknesses. You know the strengths of your wife, you know the strengths of your husband, and you both work together to make sure those knowing their abilities, how far they can go, how far they can't go, and balancing it up to like my dad now and my parents, I noticed that they do a lot of work together, especially for my dad. He wants to put things in order. He likes to do that. Like, this has to be here, this has to be there. And my mom too, grew up to adapting into such a thing. So when we as children growing up, we tend to scatter things here, put things and misplace things. My mom and my dad will be like, okay, this is how you position things, this is how you do things. So I think understanding both sides' ability and strengths and weaknesses can help to enhance, sharing responsibilities. Yes.
Okay, do you have something to say?
What I would like to say is that the man is the head of the home. Let's not forget that. But to balance things, since we are talking about shared responsibilities, I'd like to talk about the money aspect.
Very important. In fact, I was waiting for somebody to go there.
Yeah, the money aspect, not just about probably cleaning of the house or trying to put things in order, or maybe taking the kids to school or attending PTAs. We need to talk about the money aspect because one of the issues in marriage, things that causes friction, that causes argument, divorce even, is financial issues, the financial aspect. So I like to ask that as a man, yeah, you shoulder responsibilities in the house. Yes, you are the head of the home. It's written in the Bible, a man is the head, the woman is submissive and all of that. But as a man, and your wife, yeah,
Okay.
your wife earns more than you, and you guys are trying to like share bills.
Okay.
Is it using the 50-50 formula? Is it wise to like do that? Your wife earns more and probably you are earning less.
Okay.
Is it wise to use the 50-50 formula? Because
see-
somebody is earning more.
Okay. Now, this is the way I will approach that your question. You have to know what works for your family, for your home, for your partner. The 50-50 you said is a general thing, but you are not in a general gathering. It is a gathering of you two. So how do you think your woman handles finances? So if she's somebody who is all about my money is my money, your money is our money, there will be problem. But if she knows you already set the ground, like we are in this together, we are in partnership together. See, we don't even have to talk about the percentage before we know what to do.
Debt.
So like in marriage, we have to get to that point of you are in me, I am in you. Just
Same.
like
There's no high
Holy Spirit is in Jesus, Jesus is in
Yes.
God, and the three of them are one. So even if I'm not available, my wife can take decisions, financial decisions. And when we are back, oh babe, I spent this, I spent that. She knows my financial strength. So we can talk about that. Okay, Omo, you tried to, where did you see this money from? Omo, you be spent out, those things. But then how am I? I can't say you spent it and I should just say, oh yeah, thank you, you spent it. No, I have to still own up to the responsibility. Like, okay, babe, I don't have much now, but I'm owing you this particular amount. And if I have something, okay, take this first. I will still add to it. And she may even say, babe, I spent this money for horse. So why are you refunding me? You understand? So it's not all about 50-50, 70-30, 60-40. No. It's what works for you, how you have built that relationship or marriage.
So basically, what Mr. Damilare is saying is that
My brother, Damilare.
okay. So basically, what this guy is married, Mr. Damilare. I need to be reminding these ladies that are watching right now that you're married because before I start saying comments,
Okay.
please tell us his number.
Send his number.
So, Mr. Damilare.
All right.
So basically, what Dami is saying is that there shouldn't be any particular formula. This is a partnership. We should be in it together. It's you and I. It's you and I against the world.
Yeah.
It's not the way
Against the world.
people do it outside where they say 50-50. And I think that is something that is really lacking in our generation.
Yeah.
If you're somebody who is really active on Twitter, you would see a trend of conversations in relationships
Yeah.
where people will be saying all manner of things.
Yeah.
Maybe some women or some girls or ladies,
Feminists.
they will be expecting that the man does all the spendings.
Yes.
All. You see somebody saying, if you're not earning out 400,000, I cannot marry you. If you're not, and it's something that is really affecting a whole lot of us young people, and we don't even want to get married because of these kind of things.
And those who are
Yeah.
even setting those standards, they are 36, 37, they are still not
They
married.
are still married.
I think he made mention of the fact that your women will be like, your money, my money is my money.
My money, your money is our money.
Which is not.
And I think that is the reason why some men have that mentality that, okay, if I'm marrying you based on how much is in my pocket,
Yes.
then I will be giving you money while you be doing everything in the home.
the house. Yes.
So you see men who don't even pity their wives when their wives are heavily pregnant. Few weeks ago, I think about 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, I went to town to get some things. And I was coming out of the supermarket when I saw this heavily pregnant woman carrying 2 bars of yam on her head selling. I'm telling you,
Wow.
heavily pregnant woman with 2 bars of yam on her head selling. And I said, please, I want to buy yam. I want to buy yam. We brought it down. And I was like, how much is it? And then she said she doesn't have a backhoe bag to
Backhoe
sell
bag.
from. And I was like, okay, where did they sell? Let me go and get it. And then there was a guy sitting not too far from where I was sitting. And he said, no, now, can't Laura. Shebi I want to taja.
Mentality.
What he was saying is, let her go and buy it. Shebi she's the one
You
selling
can, you can
market.
imagine what kind of home that guy
That
is
guy is
from.
coming from.
Of course.
A heavily pregnant woman carrying 2,000. And I was just looking like I could only buy a little, but because it had become so expensive, I could only buy one portion of it. And she still carried it on her head. And I was wondering, where is the husband of this
husband?
woman?
To buttress your point, I saw a video online a long time ago. Now this woman, she has a baby. She's carrying the baby. She's carrying the bag that belongs to the baby, and she's carrying the husband's bag at the same time.
And the husband is
the
there.
husband,
is-
they were working together.
Wow.
So there was this
The
guy.
husband
There's
is
this guy.
irresponsible.
They used to call them
Irresponsible indeed.
these people that dress like mimes.
Yeah.
So was passing by, and he tapped the woman and be like, "Is this your husband?" She said yes. So he had to lift the baby and carry the bags, give to the man. What's your problem? Why will you leave your wife to carry bag,
Doesn't
carry
make any
baby,
sense.
carry
See,
everything,
the Bible
and you are
speaking-
working freely?
The Bible speaking in Ephesians 5, verse 25 says, husbands, love your
Love.
wives. See, this word love, sometimes we think is just about the emotions. Love goes beyond the emotions.
Yeah.
I believe that if you truly love somebody, you will want to deburden them. You want to reduce their stress and the burden that they
Carry
are
their
carrying.
burdens.
You see, let me
Cast
just
your
keep something
cares
in.
on your body.
I see that Bible verse as being harsh on men. You know, when the Bible said, the Bible
So there's
says,
the woman to
love.
help with
Wait now. Bible says,
Don't be
husband,
defensive.
love your wives. Do you know that people always emphasize on the submissive part of the
yeah.
woman to be more taxing than the love aspect of the man? People see being submissive more taxing, but I see loving somebody is more taxing than being submissive.
Yes.
Because
Loving
when
them
you
with their
love the
flaws.
person, you will still submit.
Yes.
You will still do a whole lot of things that does not even come along with being submissive. So I feel like that Bible verse, it was actually biased. So
It's not-
Yeah, it's not biased.
Cast
not
your
biased.
cares and burdens.
It's not that-
The woman is your
See.
helpmate,
Okay,
right? That's
so-
what the Bible says. The woman is
Verse
your
28.
helpmate.
Verse 28 of that Ephesians 5. It says, so ought men to love their wives as their own bodies.
yes.
He that loveth his wife loveth himself.
Why is that
If-
so much tax?
Damilare, see, if we are coming
much
from
tax.
that direction, Bible is saying, love your wife as you love your own self.
Yes.
Is loving yourself a task? Is it too much to love yourself?
It's not too much.
Not so much of a
So love your wife as love yourself. If you're the one that is heavily pregnant, will you go and stand for hours inside kitchen?
Would you
Will you be hawking
Yeah.
yam like that woman?
No.
So why then should you allow your woman to be doing that kind of thing? So you put yourself in that woman's shoes.
Yeah.
If I were this person, what would I want them to do to me? How would I like to be treated? This is God's expectation over our lives.
Let's talk about shared responsibilities in the home. Like who does the dishes, the laundry. It's a big aspect.
The cleaning.
Because it
Let
can
the
be
married man
draining.
speak.
It can be draining if one person is the one cleaning,
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
the laundry, paying attention to the kids and everything in the
That
house.
is
It can
why-
be like emotionally, physically, psychologically, spiritually draining.
Can you now do all those things as a man without loving your woman? It's not possible. That is why I said a whole lot comes with love your wives. Now, in our in the olden days, or let me say in the generations of our parents like that, the way they operate is our daddies will go out and work. Our mom stays at home.
That's the old generation.
Old generation. Now,
This your old generation talk. It's not true. Not true.
The world is actually advancing and we are tilting towards that direction because even the
Okay.
man is not even making enough for himself. So he needs the support of the woman to make money. Do you understand? So now when the two of us are now making money, who does the chores? Who does the household responsibilities?
Together.
That is where shared
be shared.
responsibility comes in.
Yeah.
That's
Share it.
exactly. So we are now that I should be working and bringing money. We are not working. We are bringing money. As a man, you let go of that ego. I'm the man. I don't wash plates. Who said that?
You say you cannot
You're
wash
the man,
plate
don't
as a
speak.
woman.
I think in today's generation, I've discovered so far due to marriages that I've seen and some things that I've seen online. Women respect their husbands now because they assist in doing house chores and all of
Bible
that.
says love, and after that, later on, it says wives submit. If you don't love a woman, she will not submit to you.
Of
Yeah.
course.
She will not submit.
Of course.
If you love somebody, like I've said before,
If she
if you love
doesn't see
somebody,
you
So
putting
you
in
will
the work,
assist the person in one house.
That's how you show that love.
I don't know if you guys have
You
read this
understand?
book, 5 Love Languages.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you have
Chapman.
read,
Yes.
if you have read 5 Love Languages, you will know that every person has a way they perceive love.
Yes.
So sharing responsibilities is also a function of understanding what that person terms as responsibility.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For some people, they don't mind if they're the ones doing all the house chores.
Yes.
For some people, that washing of that plate is the problem.
The problem.
They cannot just wash plates. They hate washing plates. So if your wife is somebody that doesn't like washing plates, for example, and you assist her in just that, and maybe she enjoys sweeping the house, washing all the clothes, she doesn't even need house help, and you assist her in washing that plate, to her, you have loved her enough.
Yeah.
It still comes down to what Damilare said,
Yeah.
where he said, understanding your woman,
Exactly.
understanding your man. So, but the bottom line of what we are saying is, don't allow your partner to be overly stressed.
Yes.
Body.
She will even stop loving you.
Yes.
Or
no.
he will stop loving you.
Yes. Even
If you are not
this
supportive.
responsibility, it even comes to the money. Oh.
Yes.
If now only the man they bring all the money, problem go day.
At
Good deal.
a
Be shared.
point, the man will get fed up.
He will get fed up.
He will be tired, like
You get fed up.
There will be problems.
And that
in
is the
house.
reason also that I think that when sometimes in those kind of relationships where it's the man that brings all the money, you discover that when something happens to the man's source of income and the woman begins to make money, she begins to resent her husband.
Yes.
Because from the
cases.
foundation, they were not sharing it together. God just
He's
needs
not used to
help
it.
us.
God
God
help us.
needs to
I
help
would
us.
like to ask you, sir, what would you say are the benefits apart from loving your wife?
Okay.
Are other benefits of sharing
Sharing
responsibilities?
Okay. See, one of the major benefits of sharing responsibility is living long. I'm telling you, God is the Alpha and Omega of how long a man can live on earth. But then, when you overwork yourself, there's every tendency that you
You die
untimely.
untimely, you be
So
stressed.
when you share
Pressure.
responsibility, you don't put one party in on the move. You don't put such party on the move. Like, okay, you're always working. Mentally self. Even as a man, when you have a supportive partner, you don't always have to have mental problems all the time. Like, okay, I'm thinking about how to take care of this, how to take care of that. Most of the reason why some of our parents, especially our fathers, they don't really live long like our mothers is because of
He showed a lot of responsibility.
he showed a lot of responsibility.
Alone.
Alone. So, but when you share responsibilities, the two of you, your health, your mental health is okay. Emotional health is balanced.
Even the
Your
marriage-
medical
the marriage health is okay.
Marriage health is okay.
This
And
will be-
scenario played in my head.
There'll be reduction in-
Moses, when he tried to divide the rest of God's help, was raising that rod.
Yeah.
Someone was there to live
support.
to hold
Exactly. That is how
So
it works.
that's how marriage is.
Exactly. So that is one of the benefits. When you are raising kids, you are raising responsible kids. That is it. Now we have a lot of some guys of our age that will tell you, I hate anything in the kitchen. I won't blame them. I will blame their parents. Their parents don't force them to do some things. They
Like,
don't carry them
upbringing.
along in doing some
Upbringing.
house chores.
Yeah.
There are some guys to sweep is very difficult for them. They see it as very feminine for me to hold broom and sweep.
Can you imagine? Just look at my guys.
Yeah.
If you go to their house when they be bachelors, but the whole house go dirty.
And that's
filthy house.
seriously. That's a very good point too, because my parents, oh God, I learned to cook from my mom.
There's no food I cannot cook. I don't have a sister.
My
See,
mom,
There's no food I cannot cook. I can cook everything.
me, I even have a sister. You know, but my mom made sure that we as guys learned to cook.
Everything.
Exactly.
I don't come and start suffering
My
somebody's
brothers
Learned
are
daughter.
to keep
watching this.
keep the house. My dad sometimes in the morning we'll carry broom. Sometimes we might sleep over and not, wake up on time. So my dad will have swept the whole place.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I learned those things from him. Today now, in where I'm staying, I sweep the compound.
You can
alone.
imagine that.
Wow.
You can imagine that.
I sweep the compound, and it's not because
That's
they
proper
feel like I'm doing nice service, but it is what I have learned from home.
Yeah.
You understand? So many men today, they just want to drop the money. And even not all men wants to drop the money, they just want to be eating.
Yes.
Some men just want to be eating and relax.
Mommy in the
feel-
kitchen cooking
and
rice.
the man-
Daddy in the parlor
You
watching
understand?
TV.
Yeah, guys, we
So
believe
it's-
that you are enjoying this conversation.
Yeah.
There is nothing like femininity in cleaning the house or doing some
Shared
things, assisting your wife.
responsibilities.
There's nothing like that. Carry broom and sweep. Enter kitchen, wash plates. How your wife go get belly, you go sit down,
Help
cross
your
your leg,
wife,
your wife
help
go
your
dey cook
husband.
everything. You want to kill her?
Mhm.
Please, as we begin to wrap up on this program, because our time is fast spent,
Okay.
we want to just have last words from us on this particular issue. We're going to start from Lekki, just very few last words, and then we'll come down to our guest. He'll give us his last words as the only married person on this show. All right, so Lekki.
All right, so my last word on this particular episode is how we can really, we've mentioned it though, determine responsibilities. And that's by knowing the preference of our spouse. What does the person like to do? Mostly, then determine, check out the skills of the person. What kind of skills can the person, what do they have? What interests them? What fantasies
Yeah.
do they have in mind that, tickles their fancy? Like you mentioned, 5
Five
love languages. What do we call it now? There's touch. There's
Yes.
Affirmation of
Words of
words of
affirmation.
affirmation.
you
There's
know.
all of those things.
Acts of
Quality
service,
time.
yes.
This is
Then
where
check
acts
the
of
person's
service comes in.
ability. Then how much strength do they have to carry on to do what they are doing, and then how available are they? You understand? So I think that's my
Thank
last
you so
word
much,
for now.
Lekki. Okpe.
I like to share the importance of sharing responsibilities as a couple. As a couple, you tend to live longer when you share responsibilities. Don't overburden yourselves. And emotionally, there's a relief, and it eases family stress.
Yes.
Like, it eases family stress, and it gives couples an opportunity to achieve like a fair balance in everything, like in the home.
Fair balance. Fair balance. I've already said mine. There's nothing like you it being feminine. Me, I don't like that thing I saw that if I know that woman's husband, how can you allow a
I
pregnant
feel
man
you,
to
I
be serving
feel you.
yam?
Honestly.
You know they take 5 vests, so
Not
and
even
you people know
selling
me.
fruit. Yam.
Yam. When I tried to help that woman,
And I'm telling you.
when I tried to help that woman carry that
pregnant,
thing,
heavily
my waist
pregnant.
told me something that day. I was like, imagine how can you pregnant? This woman feel born this speaking for this room.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So, Mr. Damilare,
That husband
please
needs
give
to be
us your last
arrested.
words.
Well, I would want to talk about when problems arises from shared responsibility. We don't know some of our viewers who are going through some things regarding shared responsibilities. So when you're facing some sort of problems in sharing responsibilities, the one thing you have to do is identify the problem. Define what the problem is. And when you define it, you know, okay, this is where the problem is. This is how to go about it. You understand?
Yeah.
The second thing is build intimacy. Intimacy will help you know your partner's weakness
Yes.
and your partner's strength.
Yes.
And intimacy will help you know how you can support your partner.
Yeah.
Maybe, so you see, some partners you can think that thing is their weakness, but imagine you are with them, you are gisting with them. Before they know it, they have finished the job. Maybe they want to wash, like a partner who doesn't like washing plates. You are now in the kitchen. She's washing the plates gradually, and you are gisting. You're like, let me help you with
Or
water.
you're blasting some music.
You understand? You are helping them, and before you know it, they are
The work
becoming
is done.
stronger there. So the third thing is table all these things. Make sure you discuss. Communication is key.
Yeah.
Whenever you're having any challenges, or maybe after you discuss it, you've identified the problem, all these things, sit down. It doesn't happen in a blue moon. It's a gradual process. You can try it and it won't work. You have to still communicate about it.
Yes.
So communication is key. Always table stuff amidst yourself. And the last thing is set your own standard. Like the question she asked me about 50-50. 50-50 may work for married
Some
couple
people
A and it won't work for
you.
B. So know what works for you. Set your own rules and regulations without minding what people would say.
Yeah.
What my family member will say. It is working for me and we are doing it. And that is why we are still doing it. Not being mindful of, if they see me sweeping, they won't say that my wife have cooked vegetable
Or if
for
they
me.
see me back in baby.
If they
Thank
see
you
me back
so
in baby.
much. Thank you so much. That back maybe I even like it. Thanks to have my own shower. Thank you so much.
I did it.
So guys, we have had an
for-
excellent
My
conversation
sisters,
today.
baby.
And special shout out to Mr. Damilare. Thank
Yeah,
you
thank
so
you
much
so much.
for coming on this show. We have
Thank
really
you for having
enjoyed
me.
your company
This was
today.
impactful.
Guys, I believe you have been blessed. I believe that you have been refreshed. Your mentality about certain things has been improved upon. Now go back to your homes and go and implement what you have learned today. Please go and implement what you have learned today.
Oh, yes.
As usual, we ask and plead with you. Joe, help us like, comment, and share this
Our
program.
broadcast here.
Wherever our broadcast there,
To your
we want
friends,
so
your
many people
enemies,
to be blessed.
your
Spread
neighbors.
the
Don't you want people
Spread
to be
the gospel of
blessed?
Refresh
Spread the
podcast.
Help
word.
us, please spread this thing. Special shout out to our what am I going to use to qualify him now? Our Chiamu. I don't know. Mr. Akinola, thank you so much
Yeah.
for this platform.
Thank you, sir.
And we
you.
pray that God is going to continue to bless you and
Gracias.
increase you.
Amen.
Till we come your way again, same time next month. We love you guys so much and God bless you. Bye-bye.